Hello, you join us at a TVR specialist, but not for anything TVR related. You might notice by the shirt and the car, it's our glorious Mercedes W124 and it is D-Day. It's the reason we bought this car for, and it's not just a drive to the shops.
No, this is the long-awaited, much hyped up, very long road trip that we have planned for this car. We bought it specifically, and it's going to take us around about 24 hours, or more exactly 24 hours.
Right, exactly
actually.
24 hours, yeah.
We're in a long-distance driving challenge with some of the cars you can see around us here. And the idea is we're going to drive as many miles as we can in a 24-hour period while competing various challenges to raise as much money as possible for the Sophie's Legacy cancer charity. So a very worthy cause, a very worthy car, and I think a winning team.
Well, let's see, shall we?
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Roll the credits. Jeff, just bring it, mate. If we lose because of this...
And just like that, we were away. We clambered into the car, fastened our seatbelts, and peeled out of the industrial estate, taking only a second to read our challenges and make sure they could track us back at HQ. Soon after, we were leaving the harbour in Fareham far behind us.
Right, well, after a frantic start, and that really was frantic because Jeff was putting rubbish in the bin when the siren went, so thanks for that.
Always prepared.
So, first things first, we know for a fact in this challenge we've got to be giving care packages to various hospitals that Sophie's Legacy supports. So we're on our way to Guildford Hospital now.
Yeah, Guildford first.
With a care package of bits and pieces in the boot.
And we have to do a video of that,
And then we've been given a series of challenges for extra points, because 1 mile you cover gives you a point, but the overall competition is about points, not mileage necessarily.
So off we shot, carefully making our way to our very first stop at Guildford Hospital.
Stop.
Where is it?
There.
Oh, it's literally there.
Yeah.
Right, in you go, gents.
Right, we've got to get the
Decamp.
Enjoy Guildford Hospital.
How's the boot open?
Oh. Right, you take that one. Go, go, go. Oh, jeez.
While they're doing that, I'm going to be a bit clever, because there's nothing in the rules that says we all have to be there to do it. So, while they're doing that, I am going to be out driving the car to continue to put miles on.
Taking its sweet time. All right. While Joe was eking out the extra miles, Jeff and I raced through Guildford Hospital on our way to the Hascom's Children Ward, where we would drop off our care packages.
Thank you.
Here we go. Brilliant. Right, cheers guys. Lord knows we need it. Before getting back to Joe and hitting the road as quickly as possible. As you would have seen, we've just dropped off our hospital package at Guildford Hospital. We ran all the way, I'm sure you'll probably
ran all the way.
Earned that, gentleman.
Joe says he's spotted a Rover somewhere.
There's a Rover 75 just here.
Rover 75,
perfect.
so let's hop out of the car.
Win that prize quickly.
Win that prize now. Right.
Quickly, go, go, go.
Once we'd successfully secured our first points for car spotting, it was time to head off for our second stop of the trip, Mercedes-Benz of Guildford.
Right, it should be down here somewhere.
Alright, Jeff's on navigation, so this
But I don't entirely know where.
That's an
There's
Audi.
Audi.
AMG, Mercedes.
Right, now where's the entrance?
In there?
In there, I think.
I'm going in.
Yeah, go
Move
in.
your inferior vehicles out the way.
Right.
I'm going straight in the entrance, boys.
I had reached out to the Sandown Group a week earlier, such that when we arrived at Guildford, they were ready and waiting for us to back the 124 into the showroom. This gave us not only 200 extra points, but an extra £200 donated to Sophie's Legacy, courtesy of JM on Cars. Right, so we are now rolling back out of the Mercedes garage. That was amazing. Thank you very so much to the Sandown Group and Mercedes of Guildford, especially Louise in marketing and Sarah Tranter, head of sales.
What an experience, boys.
What an experience.
Yeah, well, absolutely fantastic.
Left out of here.
Actually amazing. Left out of here, I think.
Well, they were absolutely fantastic.
Oh, they were
they
so
couldn't have been
helpful.
more helpful.
Yeah,
so a real
perfect.
credit to the...
Spot on.
Because you hear bad things about new car dealerships, that they're not really interested in you and things like that.
No,
Well,
no.
that couldn't have been further from the truth.
They were delightful. They were even offering us tea and coffee and all the rest of it. You know, they were so accommodating.
So if you're going to buy a new Mercedes, make sure it's from Guildford.
We choose Mercedes of Guildford to park our old Mercedes in.
With that done, we made a couple more quick stops to pick up our W-themed item from a service station and for a quick picture down at Brands Hatch before heading down to the Eurotunnel.
Jeff, how are you finding the 124? You haven't driven it before.
Yeah, it's the
I haven't
first time.
driven before. It's lovely, isn't it? It's like a certain amount of prestige
Yes.
that I feel with that 3-pointed star guiding me along.
Oh, that was poetic.
That's
sir.
nice. Is that Shelley?
Something like that. Could be Byron, no, I'm not sure.
Fantastic.
But yeah, it's great. Feels really good, doesn't it?
And before long, we were boarding and on our way.
Now we have to put one of these on our car after the big European exit thing that went on that we won't talk about. It's not GB stickers anymore on your car, it's UK. You should always put them towards the left-hand side of your car if you've got a right-hand drive car, because then the people in Europe who drive on the other side will be able to see it clearer. So I've just cleaned the window, stick this on.
Put that on real boss side, haven't you?
Yeah. That's for the other side, I think.
We have made it onto the Eurotunnel.
Your first time? Your
My
first time?
first ever time on the Eurotunnel, which is quite nice, isn't it? Yeah. It's quite
There's not much to do, really.
It's not much to do.
It's
but
relaxing, it's refined, it's like a W124
honestly,
in many ways.
the train started moving, and I don't think Jeff or I actually realised.
No, that's
We
true.
looked out the window, we were like, oh, we're in
No, that's
motion.
true. And we have used this as an opportunity to catch up on some challenges.
Yes.
So I've been randomly telling people that my friend has an SM.
In French and English.
Yeah, Joe's been doing it in French as well.
My C grade GCSE French not letting me down.
What was it? Mon ami a un Citroen SM?
Oui, oui, très bien, monsieur. We are, what is it now? We're going to be in France for about less than 8 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah.
So we've still got over
We'll
3
just
o'clock.
crack on from there.
We've got over 3/4 of a tank of fuel.
Yeah, we're fine. We'll make the journey on this tank, so...
Easy.
Happy days.
Happy days.
Let's do it.
Catch you in a
Roll.
bit. Let's roll. Just as quick as we'd gotten on, we disembarked the Eurotunnel train and hit the road once again. So we have made it across the channel now, haven't we?
We are in La Belle France.
We are in La Belle France.
We are indeed.
We
I'm
left.
at the wheel.
How are you finding it?
Yeah, it's very quiet, isn't it?
is very
That was
quiet.
the intention.
Yeah?
So,
Yeah, it's good.
yeah,
Smooth.
all good.
And it's all good when you remember to shut your door, because we were driving along and there was horrendous windows and we thought, I swear the ceiling isn't this bad. Jeff's door wasn't shut.
Well, that's all
Doors
sorted
are
now,
optional.
so you won't
Doors
be
are
able to
optional.
hear
It's like a
any
Jeep
funny
Wrangler.
Doors are for cheats.
noises. But we left the terminal, what, 15 minutes ago?
If that I can tell you on our little tracker, 13 minutes ago.
13, well, close enough in my book. And we're cracking on through the night. It is currently 9:09 in the PM. And
Yes, it is.
yeah, what are we aiming for exactly?
We're wondering if we should try and find a football stadium, but there actually isn't many points, is it?
There's
So-
not
Yeah.
many points. It was 15 to get a photograph outside it.
We're not going to be able to get in one of them.
No, especially not at this hour. Obviously, it depends when we encounter said stadiums.
You just drive it.
No.
But,
Can you let us in at 1 in the morning?
Yeah, well,
So I think it's probably worth it. Well, if it's only like a few minutes off course, it's worth it. If it's massively, it's just not worth it.
It's not going to be worth 15 miles, I don't think. So yeah, let's crack on through the night, and we'll update you very soon.
We will see progress. So, allez, monsieur.
Hello. Jeff put in a sterling effort taking on the first stint of the European portion of our drive, taking on France, Belgium, and the Netherlands before handing the keys off to yours truly for our first bit of German Autobahn. We have just hit Deutschland.
Yes.
Deutschland,
Ja.
Deutschland, yeah. We are now actually on de-restricted Autobahn, which is nice.
That's quite exciting. It's one of the main reasons we came to Europe in the first place.
Yeah, and
We're not
it's
planning to
lovely.
sort of scream along at 120 miles an hour, but
I mean,
it's...
not the whole time.
Yeah, we're
I think you might do it once and then
Might do it
then
once
that's it.
towards the end of the challenge,
Yeah.
such
Yeah.
that we don't necessarily need to worry about losing everything.
but it's quite nice that we can sit reliably at 80, 90 miles an hour
Yes.
easily and safely. And actually, touch wood, this car is just
It's
eating
just
it.
cracking on, to be honest.
We should point out that we've filled up the tank as well now, haven't we?
Yes,
Yes, we have brimmed it again.
We've
Which
brimmed it with
we might-
very expensive
Yeah, we
European
might have made a
petrol.
slight error
Expensive
doing that in the
petrol.
Netherlands for
How much was it?
229, but we do need E5.
Yes, we do run it on
It's
super.
super.
And we worked out that even with, bearing in mind, we've been cracking along at 80, 90 miles an hour, 3 men up, loads of stuff, we've got
Yeah.
camera gear, we've got food, loads of stuff. We're still doing 32 miles to the gallon, which I think is pretty good.
It's also worth noting that this is my first time in this car on European soil.
Yes.
In fact, Phil, please tune out if you're listening. This is my first time in any car driving on European roads.
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, to be honest, this feels fine.
It's great, isn't
I'm
it?
perfectly comfortable. I know I'm sitting on the wrong side of the car for the country that we're in, but
It's-
it's quiet. Of all the stints I could have taken, I think this is possibly the
Yeah.
best. Weather's clear, the roads are quiet, and I don't really need to worry about speed, so that's just
Yes.
one thing that's off my
I'm
mind.
the one who got stitched up with the rain.
You did, to be fair. No, Jeff put in an absolutely corking shift, actually.
Yeah.
We're clocking at what, with 375 miles now.
Yeah.
So doing pretty good considering all the challenges we stopped to do and the fact we had to take the Eurotunnel, which is like 45 minutes on its
We
own.
absolutely smashed that crossing.
Yeah, we absolutely nailed that.
We've
First
been
one to
doing pretty
cross
well.
by some margin by the seams of it.
We've been doing pretty well, so I think progress is pretty good, gentlemen.
Yeah, I think we're doing remarkably well. We'll have to probably see if we can catch any more challenges as we go.
Yeah.
But as it stands, I'm pretty happy. So
Yeah.
let's carry on.
I think now is the time to put the mileage on.
Yeah,
we need
crack on
daylight
through the
more
night.
for the challenges, really.
Yeah.
I mean, find a yellow car.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. But
yeah.
time to crack on through the night. I think we'll probably next check in with you in the morning.
So let's burn the midnight oil, as they say.
Yes.
That we shall. Bonne nuit. I don't know how to say that in German.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Good night.
Gute Nacht. Yeah.
Close enough.
Gesundheit.
Catch you in a bit. It appeared all of that touching wood didn't really do us any favours though, because soon after, the Mercedes decided to activate its integrated engine-based steam cleaning system.
Coolant warning light has just come on. We've made it to 70s. You can probably see the steam going on.
Yes.
Having looked down there, the bottom hose for the rad has popped off. But
Let
that's-
the record show we have just passed Hanover and it is now 3:21
It is, yes.
in the AM local
it's
time.
not what we wanted to be doing at this time of the night,
no,
I'll be honest.
Which
but
hose are we missing exactly?
It's this one down here. I don't know
you
how.
torch for me?
Yes. There we go. Can you see that hose there?
Ah, yes.
It's popped off. We still have the clamp. We still have coolant and water. So it's not. It could be far more disastrous than it is.
Yeah, the car hasn't got hot. The light came on and we spotted it pretty fast.
So I would wager we give it a few minutes to cool off, and then we will put it back on.
Okay.
Bit shaken up by that. We've popped the hose back on, done it up very, very tightly. I brought a bit of spare coolant with me, which we've used, and we put a couple of bottles of our own drinking water, and then a lovely German gentleman who just pulled over there to go to the loo has just given us 2 massive bottles of water. So
Yeah.
The
Stopped us
finest-
from using all of our own, which is lovely.
the finest of Deutschland Highland Spring is going into. It's coming up. Yeah, we're good. Keep going. Keep going.
I was going to say, if it starts coming out now, you need to start grabbing that hose.
Filled up, hose back on. Some of Germany's finest water in there.
Yeah, we've burped it a little bit to
Burped
get
a
some of the
little bit.
air out, but
And,
now we've got to crank it, see what happens.
see what happens.
Get the rubber. Keep it going. Alright, we've got good flow there.
Yeah.
It still feels a little bit there. It's getting there. It is getting there.
The warning light's gone off. So that's something.
Warning light's gone off.
Gone off. Yeah. It's very
Right,
good.
so for the time being, that's crisis averted, right?
I believe we're okay. So
Alright, so you want to shut her down and we'll crack on?
back on the road, gentlemen.
After we'd recovered from our little 3 AM scare, we eased the Merc back up to speed and pushed on until daybreak. Good morning, all. It is the ripe hour of, well, we're coming up to 8 now. I have no idea where we are. Where are we, Jeff? Where are we headed?
We are just south of Leipzig.
Leipzig. And we've been motoring along quite nicely. The trip odometer has gone up now to nearly 845 miles. And we've been motoring along through the night. I'm sure you would have seen by now that we had a few mishaps as we went, namely some coolant issues, but those have since been remedied at the very least.
I think so.
Crossing fingers and
Yeah.
touching
wood and so on.
Yeah.
But yeah, done well. We were sort of taking the tests through the night, massively built up the number, and having spoken to Rich and the guys back at base a couple of times,
Yeah.
it would suggest in terms of sheer distance we're noticeably ahead.
However,
our routes work too well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
At this stage, but
it is
disaster is only just around the corner, though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, you never know. do you?
a little more important than the challenges we are facing and having to complete are the people that we are trying to help get through some slightly more trying challenges of their own.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are doing this for a charity called Sophie's Legacy, and personally, I can't think of many better reasons to be tooling around Germany at ludicrous speeds for 24 hours. So, let's cut to our friend Rich, who has set all this up for us, and let him tell us a little bit about it.
So we've obviously established that we're going to be driving for 24 hours. Very much an endurance run, but Rich, can you tell us basically why we're doing it?
For my amusement.
Well, apart from that.
To raise money for Sophie's Legacy, which is a small local charity designed to help parents and children who've been put into hospital with sort of, well, you're not put in for nice reasons, are you? But for for someone who's gone in with bad illnesses and things, so they supply parents with food, snacks, toiletries. You know, if you get called in on an emergency, you don't take anything with you.
So, put me in the picture. Sophie, she had a bit of a wish list, didn't she, when she was going through treatment?
Yes.
Of how hospitals could be improved for not only the patients but the families around them
for
as
both,
well.
for the kids and for the families. It was more play specialists. Because I didn't have any play specialists there over the weekends. There's nothing to keep them occupied. Better food, because it's not great, is it? Things like that, and like provisions for the parents, because when her mum was in with her, she's like, I've got to pop out, I've got to go to get something to eat or something to drink. So you leave your kid there on her own, and of course it was in COVID, so she was the only person allowed in there with her. So you leave this child on their own. It's just, so when Sophie had these wishes, and when she passed away, Charlotte took those wishes and converted them into missions. She's like, no, I'm going to change this. I'm going to improve it, and that's what the charity does.
And who's it catering for? This hospital's in the area and slightly beyond, isn't
12 hospitals in the south, really. It's quite big now. I mean, we're moving out of the county. Our highest one's Royal Marsden, I think. But, you know, eventually there's no reason why it can't go nationwide.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
There were 7 hospitals when I first started doing these, now it's 12.
Okay, and have you set a target for this weekend of what you'd like to achieve?
Yeah, £24,000.
Wow.
Because it's the year 2024, and we're going to run for 24 hours, and one of you's got a car with 24 in the name.
Yep, a W124, so how appropriate. We planned that.
It seems the right way to go about it. We're at 4,000 already.
Wow.
And we haven't even started yet, so you're going to start in about 10 minutes. So, 20 grand to go.
I think we can do it.
Yeah, well, if you sell that, that'll help. You know, you can help foster the...
Joe's going to buy it.
And that. Is it? I believe you. I think he will.
As you will have seen, it is a phenomenal little cause, and children shouldn't have to deal with challenges that big, and they vastly eclipse anything we've had to do over the last, well, to be honest, anything I've had to do in my lifetime, frankly. So yeah, in light of that, I think we are each going to put a little donation of our own in.
Yeah.
I think the number's around about £100 each, was it?
Yeah.
Very good.
Thinking about that.
So we'll pop that into the pot, and hopefully there is still a link once this video goes up. If you guys would like to donate to, that would help phenomenally. Anything you can, no matter how small, no matter how big. Big helps, but whatever you can do is always helpful. So without any further ado, I think it's time that we continue.
Let's press on.
Press on.
Press on, and I'm going to stop for a wee.
Yeah, let's do that. And press on we did, after Jeff had been relieved, that is, before realising we had a little more time on our hands than we'd originally planned for. We are still way ahead of schedule. If we were to depart for our destination being Stuttgart now, we would still have 3 hours left over at the end of it. So what we've decided to do is make a quick detour to a little museum. One of our challenges is to take photos with pre-year 2000 cars, which, you know, is kind of what we do for a living, right?
And it's unlimited.
Unlimited.
There's points
it's
for every
only
single
5
one you
points
get.
per car.
Yeah.
But if you get enough cars in one place, as we have, we are going to a car museum. But yeah, we'll do a little bit of video when we get to the museum, and probably a little montage of us running around taking selfies like idiots. But
Cue the montage.
Cue the montage.
I think that is actually good.
Yeah.
It is 11 a.m. We are rolling down some lovely, unrestricted Autobahn.
Stunning Autobahn.
Stunning, honestly, the scenery, you would have seen it too.
I'd call it undulating.
Undulating is the word. But the thing about the Germans is if there's a valley, they'll build a bridge. If there's a mountain, they'll build a tunnel. It just carries on going.
And it's enormous.
It
Look at
is.
the size of this view.
It is beautiful. Everywhere is just a vista.
Impressive.
Even in autumn when things are starting to lose their leaves, you still got a lovely stretch of green in front
Just
of you.
beautiful.
Yeah,
It
just
is
beautiful.
splendid. Rolling fog over mountains, the whole 9 yards.
But there's a bit more significant point here, isn't
bit
there?
more significant. We're now doing 100 miles an hour, and we are
said that in the video before.
we are about to hit 1,000 miles on our odometer. We've just hit 999.
Oh,
999.
so
Yeah.
we have done almost 1,000 miles.
Almost 1,000 miles. I want to see
In
what happens when it
19
hits
hours.
it. Is it going to hit it soon? That's 9993. 4.
Oh. This is like New Year's, isn't it?
It is
This
a little
we're gonna
bit.
do
It's
old
better
lang
than
syne
New
when it-
Year's.
We're 9999.
999.
Hey!
Back to 000.
1,000 miles in.
we're
What's
now
that work
doing-
out at? That's 10 hours.
I know that's 19 hours, 1,000 miles. So
That's not
that,
bad going,
That
Jeff.
includes the crossing.
Is also 110 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
immense. What a car.
What a car!
Please, let's stop filming now.
After a quick picturesque stop to get some more challenge photos and to stretch our legs, we settled in for what was fast becoming the last leg as the end of the road drew ever nearer.
So, we find ourselves on a decidedly British feeling bit of motorway, chaps.
Yeah,
It's
it's
quite
odd, that.
quite potholed and patchy, this one, in contrast to the velvety smoothness we've enjoyed for what can only be described as the last leg. We've got 2.5 hours left to run of what has been an incredible trip.
Epic in proportions.
Really,
Yes.
really has. And
We don't know how we're doing, do we? We don't
No,
know if
we're hanging on. We're on the
top of
ragged
the
edge.
leaderboard or bottom of the leaderboard. We have no
you
idea.
mean score-wise? I thought you meant mentality.
Yeah, mentality-wise,
there's
well,
been some ups and downs on that department.
no, we're doing all right.
We're doing all right.
I think we're hanging in there. From what we've heard, we are certainly ahead in the pure mileage covered stakes. Because we
Yes.
got our feet on the ground and just went for it. I mean, as we speak to you now,
We're
we've
still
done
going for it.
1,126 miles has just clicked over.
Yeah, it's not bad going.
Nice.
So I think that alone is an achievement. As for points scoring, we know some of the other teams have been a bit clever and done some little tactics to get more points in score. We've suddenly scooped up a load by finding loads of classic cars in the space of like 100 yards of each other.
Yeah, that was
So
quite
we've got
lucky.
loads of points there. What we're planning to do now, because we've got enough time, is we're doing a little loop to kind of massively amp up our mileage and get a few more points in this. So we're going from here to Würzburg, is it, Jeff?
Yeah, so we're going
Yeah.
from Heilbronn to Würzburg, then back down the same motorway to Stuttgart, which sounds incredibly boring, but it's the first time that we've gone back on ourselves or looped or done anything like that.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. One thing that has come off rather annoying is our little segment where we went to the museum and found a bunch of nice pre-2000 cars to go
Yes.
look at, take photos of, has now been ruled out. We hadn't even submitted our photographs yet, but it was
Yeah.
another team and had a similar idea.
Yeah.
It seems like they capped the number of museum cars you can submit.
Yeah,
Which,
we were going to farm some points there and make up for a few shortcomings in photos of competitor cars
I mean-
that we were missing. But alas,
The only thing we could really do with is finding a penguin.
yeah, if we can find a penguin.
we
just
find
at
a
the side of the
penguin.
road, like a hitchhiker.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, one with its little thumb out.
Yeah, little backpack, yeah.
Or a pig.
But we
Or a
have
pig.
Our plan is to essentially finish up in Stuttgart, home of this car and Mercedes-Benz,
Yes.
for one more football stadium for just a few more points for us, and a very significant finish line.
Yeah.
This car's home.
As we finished our loop, the last minutes of the challenge were ticking away, and tensions began to rise as we drew ever closer to our final destination. We posed for a few last pictures with the local stadium, and then once the timer did hit 0, we sat down for a nice little catch-up call with Rich and the rest of our competitors.
It goes down to the wire between Jurassic Park and Classics World.
Whoa!
Fair enough.
Magazine battle.
In second place on the mileage, Jurassic Park with 874.1.
Whoa!
The team that have at the moment got the highest number of miles with, well, I don't think they've had any glitches at all. I think it's
One
banked
glitch, I
everything.
think.
One
I'm interested to
glitch,
know what the
yeah.
Go
Odo
on.
says. 1,269 miles.
Yes! That is correct. That is correct.
That's
That's, what we've
actually
got on the
spot
Odo.
on.
That is what we've got on the Odo, yeah.
So,
Phew.
few.
Yeah.
Few. We have made it. How many miles later? 1,200 and
change.
2,000
kilometres.
A lot of miles. A very large number of miles.
24 hours of driving.
Yeah, and we finally made it here. We may not have directly finished here. We finished just across the road, but we've brought the car over with special permission to the forecourt of the Mercedes-Benz Museum here in Stuttgart. And
Home of Mercedes-Benz.
The home of Mercedes-Benz.
You're going to have to excuse us if we interrupt each other a little bit here because we are knackered.
It's been
Crackered.
exhausting, but despite we're obviously knackered, this magnificent old car isn't. It's
No.
still going. It's still kicking. It's still doing over 30 to the gallon.
Absolutely.
And it
Hasn't
hasn't really put a foot wrong. We may have a couple
it
times.
hasn't.
I'll take the blame for
But,
that exhaust clamp.
well,
the
you know,
post clamp
absolutely.
popping off.
It happens. At the end of the day, we made it, and we're happy to have done so.
And
Yeah.
all the teams,
But-
all the teams,
Yeah,
all the
absolutely.
teams-
Hats off not only to our Mercedes, but for all the other teams as well. They've all done a fantastic job. We think around 14,000 plus has been raised
as
so
we're
far.
filming this, yeah.
But in any case, we will be leaving links in the description. Hopefully, our Just Giving page will still be active. But if not, we will leave a direct link to Sophie's Legacy. And if you'd like to donate directly, literally anything you can give will
Fantastic
help.
cause.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic cause. I couldn't think of anything better, that is for sure.
And I'm so proud of us as a team because, frankly, we've smashed it, boys. And I'm so proud of this car. It's just done so. I mean, we did the most mileage.
We
We
did
did.
the most mileage,
We did the
objectively
most
speaking. If the challenge was just to do the most mileage, we won. So I'm
There we
happy.
go.
I'm
But
cool with
overall, we came place.
We'll
because
dump that over.
as of this instance,
We don't know.
we're not actually
We're not sure either because the
There's-
people who run this competition, Rich and all his team back at Southways, they're sleeping as well.
They're still totaling
Yeah,
up. And
they've-
to be fair, it's
they've had
only
a
been
day.
about
They've had a
3
day.
hours since we finished.
So it remains only for us to turn tail and head home. As for what comes next for this car, well, you probably already knew this was coming, and you two certainly knew this. I'm buying it.
You heard it here first, and in
might be-
fact, Phil probably heard it here first too.
Is that conditional on it making it back to
Yeah,
England?
terms and conditions apply. with a big asterisk,
we may
but
get some extra footage and see if
Yeah.
we can patch something else together
There-
about us reminiscing over the last
you may
24
see
hours,
this car
but,
again. But yeah, I think chaps, well done. Congratulations, well done. Well done. Top work, team. So thank you all for watching and well done
Yeah.
for this car.
So yeah, like, subscribe, all of that jazz, donate, leave a comment. Would you have done it differently? Would you have picked a different car? Would you have gone somewhere different? Because I don't think I would have.
No,
But,
I think it
in
worked
any
out
case-
rather well, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So time to go home, I think.
Let's go. Ta-ra.
Yeah, ta-ra.
We're here.
Should we another 24 hours?
Yeah, go on then.
Right, I'll go first in.
Yeah.
From, where are we going?
I don't know.
Jeff?
From Heilbronn,
Oh,
Würzburg.
Cool morning light.
what? That's oil, mate.
That's the oil.
That's oil warning light. Should I turn it off?
Well,
It's
what
gone
light's
out.
gone now?
It's gone
Oh,
out.
it's gone out. Okay.
We
Don't
can
put that in the video. Okay, that was odd.